Scraplift You layout. This is the month-long series, the whole month of May, that Crystal from Pineapple Papers kind of put together. This is one of her babies, and essentially she puts together a list of suggested people that have inspired her, or however she might come to it. A list of people to scraplift, and then a whole group of us all participate. Everyone is allowed to participate. You don't have to follow her suggested list. It's just a really nice way to honor some of your favorite scrappers. Maybe take some time to try something new, something different in layouts that you've seen, but maybe you don't think you can do them. It's just kind of fun. And so you'll see some of the videos, everyone's scraplifting the same person, and then you might see a few that aren't. It's totally up to you how you want to do it and kind of how everybody wants to play along. I am probably going to do a little bit of both. There's a few layouts that I knew May was coming up, and I've kind of had my eye on them, and I wanted to go ahead and give them a try. But there's some other days where I just thought I will scraplift the person that Crystal has picked for that day. So a little mix of both, and we'll see how it goes. Today I've branched off on my own. I am actually scraplifting a layout from Emily, who is One Scrappy Mama on Instagram. And actually, her layout was also a scraplift. So she created this for the 12 days of spring scraplifts with the Scrap Squad. So you can go to her Instagram. The link will be down below, and check out her layout and also see the source of the kind of original. And it's possible that that layout was also a scraplift. I'm not sure, but you can kind of follow the source that way. So definitely go check her out, say hello. Her layout is so gorgeous. I have to say, I don't know if my layout turned out as nicely as hers. I really like how my layout turned out, but I really love the kind of white space of hers and the really striking kind of contrast of the white and the black, and then those beautiful flowers. So I don't know. I might have to give this one a try again. I say that all the time, though. So here is how I kind of started. I picked my picture. I really wasn't sure what picture I wanted to scrap. Sometimes I have the picture in mind and kind of build the design of the layout around the photo. And sometimes, like this, I knew kind of the design because I'm scraplifting, but I wasn't quite sure about the picture. So in those moments, if a picture isn't kind of jumping right out to me, I just tend to grab whatever I see. Oh, there's little man. He was helping me paint. He was making a mess. I was trying to paint. But yeah, I'll usually just grab a picture. I keep kind of a stack of loose photos in one of those little cubbies above my head there. So I just grabbed the picture that was on top of the pile, and it happened to be this one of Kaylin and our two middle boys, I think in 2015. And she's wearing a kind of coral colored scarf, and my oldest son, Fox, is wearing a navy blue sweater. Kaylin's wearing kind of dark black coat, and Sebastian's wearing kind of a dark black sweater. So the two colors really that stood out were the navy blue and that coral. So those are the colors that I picked to do my splattering. You kind of saw me mixing. I really, really struggle to mix corals and peaches and salmons, those types of colors, the really, really light oranges with just a touch of pink in them. I can never seem to get the exact shade that I want. So I should really buy watercolors that are already that color. I don't know why I don't, but I mixed and kind of fussed, and then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to keep doing this. It doesn't have to be an exact match. So I went ahead and I did some really fine splatters, and then I did some bigger drops of the kind of, orangey, peachy, whatever color I came up with. It's a little bit more red, I think, than anything else. And then I did the same thing with some navy blue, kind of in the general area where I thought the picture was going to go and my string is going to go. And then that little extra cluster that is up in that top left-hand corner. The words need to come out of my mouth. So I went ahead, did that. I'm letting that dry, and then I went looking into my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. I'm still using April's kit because I created this in April, the very, very end of April. And so I just went through that kit and I looked for a piece of paper that I thought would make a really fun mat all the way around my layout, just like in Emily's. I wanted little pops of color and something just a little bit interesting. And so I thought this paper would work really good. It's an Altenew paper. And again, the colors aren't quite right, but they're there. There's navy in there. There is peachy, corally colors, but then there's also some more intense colors. And so I figured it would give a nice little pop to the picture. These pictures, they were professional photos that were done in the winter. Everything was kind of washed out and it was snowy. That was the style of the picture. That's how they're supposed to be. And then we were in dark colors with just a couple little pops of like Kaylin's coral. I was wearing teal. So it's the style that the picture is supposed to be slightly kind of washed out, I guess you could say. So I figured that all these bright colors on this paper, I love this paper. I think it's so much fun. I figured that was just the right little pop to really liven the whole thing up. Now on the back side of that paper were leaves, kind of watercolor leaves. And I did think that maybe I would want to cut some of those out to layer around the picture the same way that Emily has in hers. She has flowers and things like that. And I gutted the middle of the paper with that intention that I would go ahead and probably fussy cut a bunch of them. But you'll see as time goes, as I was putting some of the embellishments on, I kind of liked mine a little bit more simple. There you can actually see the back, those beautiful colors. And again, I would have probably picked the ones that were sort of the darker blues and closer to the coral color so that everything matched, and maybe just a pop of a different blue or something. But I don't end up doing that because I kind of liked where this goes once I start putting everything together. So the other thing that I did while my mixed media was drying is I matted my photo. I did cut it down so it's a little bit shorter than 5 inches long now. And then I just found 2 pieces of 6x6 papers from my Scrapbook and Cards Today sampler pack. I just kind of rifled through. You saw me doing that, and I picked out one that had navies, and then I found one that kind of had the corally color. So they're not from the same collection, but they match pretty well. So I just matted my photo with those 2 pieces of paper, and then I'm using some of the scraps to create the little kind of extra cluster that's up in that top left-hand corner. The word family and the little circle die cut, those come from Rosie's studio. So I kind of pulled those out of the pack that I had. And I also pulled out a bunch of these puffy stickers from Pink Fresh Studio. So this is kind of all the embellishment that I end up going with, because you can see here once I start putting it all together, I kind of like how simple it is. And I think because I did those bigger, bolder splotches with my splatters, and I also have a wider mat around my photo, that adds a little bit of kind of busyness and a little I don't know, it adds a lot of interest, I think, for me. And so I didn't need to put as much embellishment around my picture. So I also have a sticker there from Pink Fresh Studio. I'm just going to put a little bit of foam behind it because I added foam to my picture on either side of the twine. I just used white twine. I was really toying with what kind of twine to use. I didn't have any black, which is sort of probably what I had originally thought I would do, but I don't have any black twine. And then I did have some that was white and blue and some that was sort of a teal color, but I don't really have those blues in this layout. So I decided to just go ahead and pick white. I wrapped it all the way around. I kind of glued everything down. So I put adhesive around the edge of the matting and kind of stuck everything down, and that really helped to kind of hold the twine in place as I was wrapping it. I wasn't sure if I was going to wrap it or if I was going to cut individual strands and kind of cheat and make it look like it was all wrapped around, but in the end I went ahead and wrapped it around. So I just needed a little bit of foam on either side of the picture so it would lie flat and not really have the bumps from the twine kind of in the middle. So the little sticker needed some foam too to lie flat. And so once I had all of those Pink Fresh puffy stickers and the one little kind of label, I think they call them cardstock stickers. Once I had that down, I went into my Maggie Holmes sticker book, the big American Craft sticker book that I have. I knew that there was the kind of corally colors in this sticker book, so I just wanted to pull out a few extra stickers and just maybe add a touch more to the layers. I did find that blue sticker. It's a label sticker, I guess you could say, and it's not the right blue, but it actually does match a little design that's in Fox's sweater. So I thought I would go ahead and just add that. I don't know, it just kind of gave a bit of grounding to the space around the photos. I don't mind that it's just a slightly different blue. And then the last thing I did was just add some sequins, some pretty kind of sparkly clear sequins to the layout. I didn't want to add any extra color with the sequins, so I just wanted a little kind of sparkle from them, and that's my layout. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love scraplifting and honoring all of those scrapbookers that I really admire, so I hope you guys enjoy the series this month. Please go check out all of the links down below so you can see who else is playing along, and if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments. I love to chat with you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.